Do you ever feel like your voice is blocked or like you're holding back your truth? It could be stuck energy in your solar plexus and throat chakras. So in this video, we'll explore how clearing these centers can help you speak with clarity, confidence, and authenticity. Human design shows us that there are 9 energy centers in the body graph. And your centers are like tuning forks. When activated and calibrated, they harmonize with the frequency of well-being. Now, there are many other factors and elements in the chart that are more detailed and nuanced that could allude to why someone isn't speaking their truth, aside from the obvious reasons of conditioning. But today we're going to look at 2 energy centers that I would look at in someone's chart if they shared with me that they were struggling to share their voice and speak their truth. So today we'll be looking at the emotional solar plexus and the throat center. So you can check and see if you have these centers colored in or white on your chart. So colored in, this is a colored in throat center. This is an open or undefined emotional solar plexus. So there is a link in the description if you need to pause the video and to run your chart. You'll just need to know your exact birth time, birth date, birthplace in order for you to run an accurate chart. So again, here are the 2 centers that we'll be focusing on in today's video. The solar plexus chakra, or the creative center in quantum human design, and the throat chakra, or the activation center in quantum human design. So whether or not they are colored in or white on your chart, this will still apply to you because we can get stuck and stagnant energy in our defined centers just as much as we can in our open or undefined centers. The quantum name for the emotional solar plexus in human design is called the creative center, and it is the center for emotional intelligence, feelings, creativity, and social awareness. About half of us have this center defined and the other half of it have it undefined. So if it's defined, it'll be colored in on your chart. It'll look like this. And if it's undefined, it'll be open or white like this. So when the center is open or undefined, it shows us that this person is an empath, meaning they truly take in the emotions of other people and amplify them, making it hard sometimes to tell what is their own energy and emotions and what's not. So having this center open or undefined means that you get to practice working with the energy and ultimately become wise about emotions and explore the spectrum of creativity in an uninhibited way. So this center, when it's open, can get really blocked and gunked up, as can all of our open centers, because how much it's taking in, especially if you're not doing any energy clearing practices. Daisy's streaming. Baby. Baby girl. It's a good girl. Okay, let's try that again. So this center, when it's open, can get really blocked and gunked up, as can all of our open centers, because how much it's taking in, especially if you're not doing any energy clearing practices. And when this center is defined, it can get really blocked and stagnant when you're not allowing the energy to move in its natural wave-like flow, when you're not allowing yourself to emote and to create. It's so important to have this awareness and to do an intentional clearing and cleansing practice. So when you have this center, the solar plexus, open or undefined, this following list that I'm going to share may alert you to whether or not you need to do a cleansing and clearing practice. So if you find yourself not speaking your truth, you're people pleasing, you're afraid to say no, to speak up and confront someone because you want to avoid conflict, you're compromising, meaning you're compromising your values and your dreams, and you're just compromising in general, and you're giving up what you want and need to keep other people happy. So when you have this center defined or colored in on your chart, this list may alert you to whether or not you need to do a cleansing to clear any stuck and stagnant energy. You're acting very spontaneously. You're reacting in the moment instead of being deliberate and intentional. You're not honoring your energy needs, especially if you're feeling low on your wave. You're not giving yourself time or freedom for any creative outlets. You're not communicating how you're feeling and you're suppressing yourself, or you're forcing yourself to make decisions before you feel ready or have reached clarity. So these can all be signs that it's time to do some clearing energy work on this center. The next center, as I mentioned, is the throat center right here. Or it's called the activation center in quantum human design, and it's correlated with the throat chakra. The activation center is the center for communication, manifestation, and energy modulation and regulation. About 70% of people have this center defined. Our words are spells. We can speak things into existence. Words are so powerful, which is why it's important to be cognizant of the ones that we choose to use and pay attention particularly to the quality of energy we are experiencing in this center. When this center is defined, we can look at what other centers or centers it's connected to, and that helps us to understand where the person is speaking from. When it's defined from ajna to throat, you're speaking your mind. From G to throat, you speak from the depth of who you are, from your soul. From will to throat, you're speaking using the pronoun I. From the emotional solar plexus to throat, you speak what you feel. From the root to throat, you speak about what you do. From the spleen to throat, you speak about what you sense. And from your sacral to throat, you speak about work and your relationships. And if you have more than one of these direct connections, a solid colored in line, then at any given moment, you can be speaking from any one of these places. Ultimately, we need to be using our energy correctly in order to stay in energetic alignment and optimal vitality. So when you have the throat center defined, this following list may alert you to whether or not you need to do a cleansing to clear any stuck or stagnant energy, or you may just need to recalibrate this center. So you're not speaking up when you know that you should, when you're not using your voice or sharing your voice, when you're stumbling over your words and you can't articulate what it is that you're trying to say. If your throat center is defined and it's motorized, that means if you have one or more of the 4 motors directly connected to your defined throat through a solid colored in channel, the will, the emotional solar plexus, the sacral or the root, that means that your energy could be stuck and stagnant if you're not initiating conversations, or you can't stop talking. You overtalk and overpower others in conversations without letting them get a word in edgewise. When you have the throat center open or undefined, you're here to become wise about communication and action. And this following list may alert you to whether or not you need to do a cleansing and a clearing, or have some kind of practice where you get to recalibrate the energy of this center. You're struggling for recognition and attention. You seek any kind of attention, even negative attention feels better to you than nothing. You're feeling invisible and like no one hears you when you do speak. And then these last 2 can apply to this throat center as well. You can't stop talking, as I mentioned. You overtalk and you overpower others in conversation without letting others get a word in. So that can be for a motorized throat or an open throat. You're not being intentional and deliberate with the words that you choose to use or how you use them, meaning you're lacking this awareness or care and you're not speaking from a place of love. You have so much potential living inside of you, and you're literally here, divinely designed to express and emanate this through your unique voice. Do you see how important it is to have a consistent awareness around whether you are holding yourself back, stuck in old stories, blocked by stagnant energy? It's so vital to have an awareness around these 2 centers in particular, so that you can do what you came here to do, to be the fullness of who you are, and to activate your voice, to be in alignment with the role of vocalizing the effective transformational transmissions that naturally want to flow through you. So allow yourself with focused intention to be open to that flow. And implement your clearing practices whenever you feel that your voice is shutting down or you're feeling weighed down, stuck, or blocked. So I have a list of 7 simple energy practices and tools that you can use to clear and cleanse these energy centers, or just simply regulate and recalibrate them. You can do whichever ones resonate with you the most. You can do one, you can do them all, you can switch it up. It depends on how you feel. There are no hard and fast rules. Just explore what works best for you and feels good to you. So the first one is quantum essences. These are like vibrational elixirs. They work at the energetic level like a tuning fork to bring you back to center. They are a unique blend of flower essences, gems, crystals, elixirs, and moon waters that are formulated to counter emotional imbalances and to rid your body of negativity and blockages. And these are created by the Potion Lady. And there is one especially for the emotional solar plexus center and the throat center. Number 2 are crystals. There are a ton of crystals that are great for working with specific centers or chakras. If you don't have a favorite already that you like to work with, you can use tiger's eye for your creative center, your emotional solar plexus, and lapis lazuli for your activation center or your throat chakra. And lodestone, which is my personal favorite. This is my personal favorite stone for all things. This is a highly magnetic iron oxide mineral. It's the most magnetic stone that's found in nature, and it does a lot. That's just my absolute favorite. I'm not going to list all the things that it does, but in essence, it brings the meridians and your chakras back into alignment. It provides a balancing and calming energetic vibration, and it brings the energy fields into resonance, creating an overall well-being on all levels. So I personally will just sit with this guy on my lap, this large lodestone. I will sit with it when I meditate, or I have these 2 slightly smaller ones that I can put one in each hand. And then I will use these to either when I lay down, just have one in each hand, or I can put them on different centers or different parts of my body and let them do their work as they clear those centers. Okay, I have a sidebar for you. I have an element tip. If you know the breakdown of your elements from your astrology chart, which you can run for free on astro.com, you can also work with having that awareness as well. So for example, I happen to know that this chart, who this person is, they have next to no air element when I look at their astrology chart. And when I look at their human design chart, I see, oh, well, this person is a time bender, meaning they have a motorized throat. But having next to no air in their astrology chart, and along with there's some other factors in here, I know that this is a theme for this person, or can be a theme for this person, that they really need to specifically work on these 2 centers, the throat and the emotional solar plexus. She has to stay very intentional and deliberate to make sure that she's what I've dubbed airing out. She has to be very intentional to talk, share and use her voice, and move that energy on a consistent basis. Or else what happens is it starts to build up within her like this pressure, and it can almost feel like it's starting to actually fry her circuits, like slowly dripping water on an electrical circuit board. You can see it start to smoke and sizzle. So she would start to feel stuck or blocked, backed up, which is no good. So she could incorporate a stone like this stone here, air, into her clearing practices as not only a visual reminder for her to air out, but to cleanse and clear her airway and intentionally amp up what little air element that she does have, to support herself in being able to share her voice and speak her truth and keep these centers clear and calibrated. Okay, so back to our list of tools and practices. Number 3 is you can use some sage or some Palo Santo to clear these centers. Number 4 is an essential oil. You can use different essential oils to ground and clear your energy. I have lavender here. Lemon is great. Cypress, grapefruit, frankincense, sandalwood, sage, and peppermint are also good. Number 5, you can connect to nature or animals. Doing that either or both is extremely grounding and naturally cleansing and clears any negative energy from us. Number 6 is a salt bath. A sea salt bath has amazing cleansing abilities. It draws energy out of you. So you can use regular sea salt, Himalayan salt, Epsom salt, or any other salt that you prefer. You can also add a few drops of an essential oil like rosemary or citronella or eucalyptus. And then number 7, visualization. Visualization in the shower or in the bath. You can visualize black, thick like smoke in these centers, and as the water runs down your body, see the black smoke being completely cleansed and cleared and just going all down the drain. And last but not least, I'll leave you with an affirmation that you can say when you're specifically working on these centers. You can repeat it to yourself in meditation or throughout your day, or you can simply put it on a sticky note and put it on the mirror in your bathroom. The affirmation is, I follow my truth and communicate it clearly. I follow my truth and communicate it clearly. I love connecting with you in the comments, so please feel free to share what resonated with you. And if you don't know what to say, you can leave the eye emoji. Share with me what practices that you do use. Maybe there's something not on the list that you love to do, or something that was on the list that you're going to try. Let us know in the comments. And if you want to learn more about quantum human design, you don't have to do your online learning alone. I have a special offer solely supporting new and current students in the School of Quantum Human Design who use my referral links when enrolling in courses. You're supporting me by using my referral link, and in turn, I will support you with additional one-on-one guidance, tutoring, mentoring, coaching, or consulting. To learn more and download my free guide, just click on the Consult with Cass link in the description of this video. Remember, you are loved. I'll see you in the next video.